What's going on, people? Not too long ago, I was taking one of those super ridiculous thumbnail pictures where, like the guy holds up the box, oh my god, wow, what's in here? It's gonna be super cool. And then you put some stupid tagline on there like, best Nikes ever. Did you get a pair? Or hopefully you didn't miss out on these. No, I do use some of those like thumbnail type things, but it's usually only for the first initial release of the video. So if you saw that thumbnail, that means you were one of the earlier watchers. If you saw the normal one, you're like the vast majority of the 6 to 10 people that will actually watch this video, right? Because I think it's stupid, honestly. But it's a thing that I do sometimes because every so often it's just for my own amusement. So here's the thing, right? The reason I'm not doing that whole thing, sticking with that, because this is a very underwhelming unboxing. I just said that in the past video that I did right before this about some Roosevelt shirts. It's the Pollen ones, right? Yeah, underwhelming, which is why I just give it away right up front. And in the thumbnails and all the titles or whatever. But it's what it is, I saw them and wanted them, and we'll get into that in a second. So let's go ahead and open this thing up from the old StockX, right? Now, oftentimes when I do StockX purchases or whatever, and this box looks like it's been through a fair amount. Oftentimes when I do these little StockX pickups or whatever, they're usually like 350s or whatever, and I'll get a whole assortment of them. It's a gaggle of 350s strewn about. And so I'll look at them like, okay, well, let's get some other ones that were released around the same time or some ones with the same build, go through this whole thing, kind of like a legit checking sort of deal, right? It's a little more than needs to be done in my personal opinion, but I do it, and then I talk about it a little bit because, why not document the process? It gives some people something to watch, right? It gives me something to do with my day. Kind of works out just a little bit for everybody. And then in the end, I'm like, yeah, they're good enough for me, right? So if you buy something from StockX and you look at it and you think it's good enough, go with it. Don't worry about what other people are saying unless you find out for sure that it's actually fake, right? And even then, you probably won't. So just assume that it's good if it's good enough for you. And be done with it, right? Life's too short to waste your time on dumb stuff. So I'm not doing that this time. I'm just going to open this box up. Well, actually, let's show you the side there because I often do that. Side of the box for you. Let's go ahead and get this thing all opened up. A little StockX nonsense going on there. Move that to the side and see what's going on in here, right? Oh boy. So, get this opened up down here. So, what's going on? 140.32. I'm going to say that right now in case anybody's curious what I paid for these, right? Now, as I look these things over real quick right here, there's not any problems that are jumping out at me or whatever, so that means I can probably just go ahead and right on into the review and just kind of talk about some stuff, right? Yeah, I'm going to assume they're fine, right? They're probably fine. Let's turn this thing around this way. We'll do it that way, right? Stand this guy right here, give you a little something to look at. Yeah, this fancy StockX tag, yeah. Some people leave. I saw a dude at the gym with this thing on there. I was like, people are still doing that, huh? It was dumb years ago. It's dumber now, honestly, at least in my opinion. So yeah, if you're one of those people that leaves the StockX tag on your shoes, just cut your feet off because you don't deserve those. So here's the thing. We're going to knock this thing out real quick, because there's not a whole lot to say now, is it? You saw the side of the box, but in case you weren't paying attention, this right here is the Nike Air Jordan 1 in the Pollen colorway. I feel like it's high or retro somewhere in there, but what's it even matter, right? Who's watching this video? I'm not even watching this video, so I can't ask anybody else to do it. Be hypocritical otherwise. Let's start with the bottom, maybe? Yeah, let's do that. Down there, across the bottom, what are you looking at, huh? Whole bunch of yellow, whole bunch of plain Jordan outsole, right? If you've seen one, you've mostly seen them all. They don't switch up a whole lot. I think they're all just usually one flat color, right? That sounds right. Might be wrong, but who cares? Midsole, right? All the ones that I have are white, so I'm just going to say that they're all white, right? Well, actually, that's not even true. I've seen some that are colored, but they're mostly white. This one's white, so there you go. It doesn't stand out anything special. So there's that for you. Now, getting you a couple other pictures in here just to kind of round off the plainness of this shoe or whatever, right? A little top-down type action because sometimes that can be useful. In this particular case, I honestly don't think it will be useful because these shoes are super old and everybody has seen them probably several times. You yourself might even have your own pair. So there is that. So we're just gonna move on past all the little pictures in the beginning, and then we'll get on into some talking about things, right? Because why not? Do these come with? These do come with extra laces. I was just curious about that. There's a black pair and a white pair over here. So neither of which will be used because they're in this bag, and they've already started me off with these yellow ones, which are just fine enough for me. So I'll say some things about the shoe quality, I guess, which I'm not a big shoe guy, like knowledgeable wise, so I can't really like say, oh yeah, this is the excellent quality. No, I will just say this. I like it. I think it feels fine. That's all I can really give you because I don't have anything to compare it to. I don't know anything about what makes good leather and what makes good suede or what makes good nubuck. None of that stuff. I just know that it's feeling kind of soft. Looks pretty decent. I don't like when stuff has that overly tumbled look. It's just not for me. So yeah, I'm going to say that these are pretty alright. Maybe that's how you feel. Maybe it's not. We can compare and contrast our thoughts down in the comments if you want to. I mean, it sounds boring to me, but we can if you really like to do that. So either way, I think past that, because I've covered everything I need to, I'm just going to jump into some personal thoughts stuff, then knock out some sizing and be done with this. How does that sound? Doesn't matter now, does it? Because I'm about to do it anyway. Personally, these right here, right? When I saw these initially, I thought, well, that's pretty cool, right? I want to get those. But the thing was, they were super easy to get for everybody else, and I just ended up missing out somehow. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to worry about it. Maybe I'll catch them later. No, didn't catch them later, like, you know, when in all those other sales. But at the same time, it was kind of a good thing because since I did wait, I ended up saving some money. And now I get them in hand, right? And I'm looking at them, I'm thinking, okay, what do I think about these things? And I'll tell you like this, they're fine, right? The color is pretty decent. I do like this color combination. I wanted them when they came out, but it was something I was completely fine without. And looking at them now and thinking, like, how would I feel if I saw these in person and then knew that I could not get a pair? I'd still be fine with it because, I mean, for one, it's not an amazing look. And also the other thing is, like, I hate lacing shoes. These come unlaced, and I know that once I get them laced, the next step is wearing them, and I hate wearing Jordan 1s, kind of, because, like, they're super uncomfortable. More on that later. So it's kind of one of those things where I was just like, I was quick to write this one off. But tax season came around and things worked out pretty well in my favor, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to get one of those shoes that I didn't get in the past, and if it's for a decent price, it's not grail status. Definitely not, but it's nice to have kind of status, right? So there's that. But all in all, do I hate them? No, of course not. I think they look fine, right? I'm just not going to put these like as like shoe of the year or anything like that, I don't think. Depending on how many shoes I buy this year. Probably won't make the cut. But it's a nice color, so there is that. But moving on, I figure it's about that time to talk about some size and whatnot, because, you know, let's go ahead and do that. Some people like to hear about it. So, sizing wise, I bought these in a size 9, right? The reason I do that, even though I'm a size 9.5 naturally or whatever, to a size 9.5, I kind of feel like a lot of Jordan type shoes and just basketball shoes in general fit a little big, you know? So certain ones, I'll just drop down a half, and that's what I do with these. I wouldn't necessarily suggest that to most people. I would say just start off with your actual true to size for like the Jordan 1 and see how that works out for you. Because a lot of people that wear these like to wear them somewhat loosely tied and all that stuff anyway. As somebody who wears a lot of running shoes, I have a certain way that I'm used to my shoes feeling, and so that's kind of where a lot of that comes in. Which is also why I find that the comfort in these does not exist. Because I'm used to, like, you know, the Kayanos and things, the Ultra Boost, right? Some Gel Light 3s, various Air Maxes. Things that when you're walking on them, you feel like, man, I could just walk in these things all day. I put these on and I want to walk immediately to that little area where I have my shoes and take them off. That's how I feel when I put these things on, right? But I get it. It's a Jordan 1. A lot of people are, oh man, the Jordan 1 is so cool, right? Because there's this whole iconic thing. And they do have some nice colors, right? I'll give them that for sure. But wearing them, man, it's just kind of terrible, honestly. But again, I'm a big running shoe guy. So my feelings on this is not like the average Jordan buying person, right? So just take that for what it's worth, which is probably worth like somewhere between nothing and nothing to a lot of people, and know that that's how Tristan feels. How do you feel? That is what matters. Lock it in. Don't worry about how I'm feeling, because my opinion is just mine. I'm not here to sway you. But all in all, though, I will say, getting these here, walking around in them, I think they'll look pretty cool, even if your feet will be super sad about it. But hey, again, that's just my take. Do whatever you want to do with your feet in your life. Live however you want to live. Unless you're doing something illegal, in which case maybe don't do that. Because, you know, you can end up in jail or something. And I hear bad things about that. You ever seen Oz? Yeah, that speaks for itself. Where was like, I think I'm done here. I'm just rambled a lot about some nonsense for a while. But you saw the shoes on the feet, right? So that means we're good? Cool. From me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I'm done recording stuff for the day. Actually, I got one little short left to do about some Air Max Plus 3s. Haven't worn those in years. They're actually really nice. Later, people.